Hi, it's Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com, and it is, what is it? It is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019, here with your free live show. Of course, we're here live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Our best bets always over at Sports Chat Experts, as well as picksandparlays.net. Hopefully you guys are off to a great day. And things are definitely picking up here in Maui. We have waves, and that is always good. You guys know I'm always in a better mood when we have waves. That's for sure. God, we went like a month without waves. I've been pretty miserable. But of course, on this show we've got free picks every single day. Our best bets always over at picksandparlays.net, as well as Sports Chat Experts. Lots of action going on in our Facebook groups these days as well. I see a lot of people putting picks. I see some people put in the "I told you so." I told you the Bucks were going to win. I told you the Bucks were going to win too. I mean, it was a 1 seed against an 8 seed, but I didn't give it out to you as minus 540 on the money line or whatever. It's like, I see these parlays in there. It's like minus 540, minus 520. It's like, even if you win, you lose. I think in some of these parlays you guys do, it's like, even if you hit the parlay, you have to pay the book. It's like, the odds are so ridiculous. It's like, I don't understand it. I guess I never will. Because, I mean, for me, sports betting is all about getting the best value and creating the most you can every time you win, and minimizing the amount you lose on your losses. So really, that's how you win long term in sports betting. It's not by hitting every game, because that's impossible. It's not by hitting some giant parlay, because you'll hit the big parlay, but you will have spent more in parlays than it cost you to win that one. So, I don't understand. I see these minus 540, and then the beauty of it is, I told you so. It's like, yeah, I told you I could make this just stupid bet. It's like, anyways, if you're watching, if you could hit the thumbs up, it's greatly appreciated. Gonna do a bunch of free picks today. Gonna do some Major League Baseball, some basketball, but yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks here, right? It's like, just feel like all these one-run games, all these things like that. It's like, anyone that's bet on sports has had that feeling, like, where it's just all of a sudden, it's like everything's going well, and all of a sudden it's like, bam, you get hit over the head, right, by these games. Feels like we've been getting hit over the head plenty these days. But anyways, we don't kick ourselves when we're down. We don't pound our chest when we're up. We don't say, I told you so. I told you the Bucks were going to win. Told you. Wow, that was a really, really gutsy call. It's like the best record in the NBA against a team that really was faltering down the stretch, and their best player was injured. He played, but let's face it, he wasn't there either, but I don't think it would have mattered. Oh man. Let's just get to some free picks before I say something I will regret, which I seem to be pretty good at these days. I like the under in the Spurs-Nuggets game. It's 211. I still think that these teams are all about the defense, and when it comes to defense, that's what wins championships. Neither of these teams are going to win the championship, but they're going to play some defense. So we'll take under 211 in the Spurs-Nuggets game. believe we see the over in the opening game tonight, Toronto and the Magic. So the total is set at 206. Seems a little on the low side. Game 5 in Toronto. A lot of closeout games. These opening series of the NBA, they used to be best of 5. Now they've made them best of 7. Kind of like baseball, the opening round. They make it best of 7, best of 5, whatever. But what we see in these is generally a lot of mismatches. I mean, at least the Clippers beat the Warriors in one of these games, right? And so we saw an 8 beat a 1. But, you know, the Pistons against the Bucks have been creaming teams all season. And they've been lighting them up. So it was really no surprise what they did. And, you know, the Celtics against the Pacers, I think if Victor all those games were somewhat competitive. Even though the Celtics swept, the games themselves were competitive. And if you put Victor Oladipo in there, maybe some better games. But he wasn't there, and it was a sweep. What did they say? My aunt was my uncle, she would be my uncle. Something like that. I don't remember how it goes. It's something like that, though. Let's go to Major League Baseball. Of course, we do free picks every single day. Our best bet's always over at Sports Chat Experts. If you're watching on YouTube, if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would be awesome. If you're watching us on Twitter, if you want to follow us on Twitter, if you're watching us on Facebook, if you're in our Facebook group, or if you're on our Facebook page watching this, if you want to join our Facebook group and talk about these games all day, good times. There it is. Al Giacomo says, my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Well, that might have been true like 15 years ago. These days, I think that is no longer, I'm not, like I said, I'm going to end up saying something that I don't, but these days, that has nothing to do with anything, right, as far as I know. I don't have an opinion on it one way or the other, but I do know that it doesn't matter. It's like anyone can be anyone they want. You could be whatever you want to be. It's like you just have to say that that's what you are. Did Sam have fun in the water? He always does. He really did not have his stamina, though. He only lasted like 20 minutes. He was like sucking wind, and then he slept like all night. Really, really hard. It is an oldie but a goodie. But it's definitely, now it's like totally, I would say, I don't know if it's politically incorrect at this point. I think it used to be like politically incorrect for one reason, because you were talking about balls. But I think now it's politically incorrect for like a totally different set of reasons, right? But anyways, let's get to another free pick. Let's get to baseball. A lot of games tonight. We got early action too. Fenway Park. Chris Sale. You gotta like the over, right? I mean, Chris Sale's been getting rocked around pretty good in Fenway Park. I like the over 8 in the Red Sox-Tigers game. So far, 3 totals. Some people say I never give out totals. So far, 3 picks, 3 totals. But we like the over in game 1 of Red Sox-Tigers. A lot of big lines out there, too. So I like the Blue Jays against the Giants. The Giants have some margins been pitching well, and the Blue Jays are 11-12 on the season. But when we look at them recently, they have won a ridiculous amount. I was looking at this last night. They have won 6 of their last 7 games. And they've won their last 4 games in a row. And these were on the road. And like the 6 of the 7, 3-1 against the Twins at Minnesota. And the Twins have been really good. And then they swept Oakland at Oakland. So the Blue Jays have been playing well. They even got a win against the Rays. And they've been playing pretty well since that slow start to the season. The problem that we have here is their losses have all been in this stretch. Their last 2 losses have both been Trent Thornton, and he's pitching tonight for them. So it's the bats are gonna have to come out, and Thornton's gonna have to get off the snide here for the Blue Jays to get it. I'll take the Jays here only because they're so hot, and at minus 120, we have to take them. But Thornton is really lousy, so I would tread lightly there. But if I'm betting it, which I am, I would take the Blue Jays. I love it when people ask me if I bet on the games. That's my favorite. That's my favorite question. My least favorite things that people say is, "I told you so." Right? I told you that the Rockets were going to win. It's like, when exactly did you tell me this? After the game was over? It's like, thank you for that tidbit of information. The game is over. I told you Terrence Crawford was going to knock out Amir Khan. Yeah, the fight was Saturday. Today is Tuesday. Thank you for that bit of information. Man. At least we can laugh about it. I told you Spencer Turnbull and the Tigers were going to beat Hector Velasquez and the Red Sox. We'll take the Tigers at plus 160 here in Game 2 at Fenway. I really don't like the Red Sox. 9-13 this season. This team is lousy. A lot of people, they're the defending World Series champions. They have that very, very, very expensive payroll. But actually, Crawford was minus 1450. If you want some lousy odds, Al. If you want some really lousy odds, I mean, Crawford was a stone cold lock, and that's one that you could say, yeah, I'll parlay Crawford with everything, for the rest of my life against Amir Khan. And, I'd almost be good with it at minus 1450, but don't tell me 4 days later that you knew he was going to win. I knew Crawford was going to win. Yeah, me too. I actually said it before the fight that he was going to win, and I said it to everybody. And you have the chance to do that too in our Facebook group. The poll in the Facebook group. I think it lost yesterday. You guys took the Phillies. You went against my dog of the day. Why'd you do that? It's my dog of the day. You guys went against it and you lost. I gave out Tiger Woods in the Masters on my Masters preview video. Let's go to another free pick here. I like the Dodgers minus 105 against the Cubs. I generally don't like Kenta Maeda on the road, and we know we're going to get into that Dodgers bullpen, and generally the Dodgers do not play well at Wrigley Field, but the Cubs are really bad this year. The Cubs and the Red Sox stink. Stunk this season. So we're getting great money against them, and at only minus 105 with all that public Cubs money, wow, right? All we can say is wow. We'll take the Dodgers here at minus 105. Boy, the Nationals against the Rockies. Originally, this was supposed to be Kyle Freeland, and he went on the 10-day. I was really glad I didn't put my premium pick. I was doing my research, and I saw Freeland was scheduled, and it's like an easy one, right? Rockies against the Nationals, Freeland the pitching. But then, thankfully I saw this, that Freeland went on the 10-day IR, and Chad Bettis is pitching for the Rockies, and that switches the whole thing. So we'll take the Nationals here at minus 140. I hate me some Chad Bettis. That's for sure. Chad Bettis, you stink. You garbage. Chad Bettis, I think, is more garbage than you Darvish, who's you garbage. Chad Bettis, not a good pitcher. Not good. We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher. Here's Chad Bettis. Let's just go over his career ERA by season. 2013, 5.64. 2014, 9.12. 2015, 4.23. Then he went 4.79, 5.05, 5.01, and to this year, a nice 7.27. Kieran wants the 3 best tips for tonight, and obviously has never seen the show before because my best bets are always at sportschatexperts.com and picksandparlays.net. I think you could wake me up in the middle of the night and I could tell you that. And you could say, what are your 3 best bets? I'll be like, we should do a show, right? When my wife wakes me up in the morning. Mitch, what are your 3 best bets? My best bets are sportschatexperts.com and picksandparlays.net. I like the Nationals minus 140. Oh, man. Some days all I can do is laugh. And those are the better days, right? We'll do one more free pick, and then I'm going surfing. We got some beautiful swell coming in. I like the over in the Mets-Phillies game. Let's go to another total. It's over 8.5 Mets-Phillies. We got our friend Zach Eflin on the mound for the Phils and Zach Wheeler. So it's a battle of Zachs. It's a Zach attack. Zach Eflin, he had that beautiful line in Miami where 4 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 3 bombs, 81 pitches, and out of town in a 10-3 loss. Whew, it was ugly, and he followed that up with another loss last time out at Colorado. This is Zach Eflin's 3rd road start in a row, and let's just say he's not a good road starter. He's not even close. He's had 3 road starts this year. He's lost 2 of them. Oh, man, just not our road starter type of guy. And Zach Wheeler, well, I say the same thing about him every time we talk about him. And that is, he was drafted 7 slots ahead of Mike Trout in the Major League Baseball draft. 8 slots ahead of Mike Trout in the Major League Baseball draft. And he's and Mike Trout, of course, being from Jersey. He was local, basically, for the Mets. He's the one that got away. Zach Wheeler has been going deep into games. He did lose to the Phillies last time out also. So I like the over 8.5 in this Mets-Phillies game. I really don't like either of these pitchers. We got some pitchers that I really don't like today. Maeda's going for the Dodgers. We even took him. And generally, I don't like him because he's a guy that goes like 5 innings and he's terrible on the road, but we're still taking him. But anyways, took under 211 in the Spurs-Nuggets. We took over 206 in the Magic Raptors. Over 8 in the Red Sox-Tigers game, Uno with Chris Sale on the mound. I know you guys always like those early starts. Jays minus 120. We're going to be a little, we're going to walk lightly on that one because we like the way the Jays are playing. We hate the way Thornton is pitching. Tigers game 2 against the Red Sox at plus 160. We took the Dodgers, that Kenta Maeda thing that we just alluded to, at minus 105. Nationals minus 140. We hate Chad Bettis. Chad Bettis is on our auto fade list. We have certain guys that that's it. We see his name. It's like, Chad. He's going the other way. Chad Bettis. He's our guy. We're going the other way. We're taking the Nationals minus 140. Over 8.5 in the Mets-Phillies game. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'm going surfing. I'll see you guys tomorrow.